Hey guys, it's Chris here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use GarageBand to record just a basic voice track. This is good for podcasting, interviews, really any type of voiceover work you're going to be doing. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open up a GarageBand. It will pop up and it'll ask kind of how you want to start your project. I normally just do new projects. You have some different options to go through, but new project is the best way to go. You have some different settings that you can kind of default to. If you're going to do a podcast, I would recommend hitting podcast. But if you're just going to do simple kind of voice work, whether it's voiceover or just testing out some voice audio settings, just go ahead and click voice. So you're going to do that and choose. I'm going to go ahead and do, you want to name it, I just do test. You can name it whatever, but we'll just start that for here. So do test. That was just asking if I want to replace the file that I saved to. So you're already set up here to do your audio recording for your voice. Now, you have a couple options. I'm using a Yeti. It's the Blue Yeti microphone that I got, which actually goes directly in via USB. You can also pick up an M audio box, which plugs in via USB, and then you can plug your microphone, just standard microphone, into it and adjust your mic input, mixing, output, all that type of thing. So when you plug in something like that, you're going to go up to your preferences here, and you're going to go to audio MIDI. You're going to see where your audio input is and your output. Now you can see that my audio output right now is just my built-in speakers on my iMac. You can do it to where if you plug headphones into your Yeti or your inbox, you can choose those settings here. But I just have it set to output just as my default. Your input, this is where you're going to look at your audio settings for what your microphone is going to be using to record the audio. So you can do your built-in microphone, a built-in input. When I use my M audio, which I haven't really used for a little bit, you'll see that pop up as fast track or whatever brand it is. But right now, since I'm using my Yeti stereo microphone, that's what I'm going to go ahead and select. You can choose just some different stuff, but it doesn't really have too much to pertain with your audio track. So now that you have it, you can kind of see it picking up here. You can reduce the level of it, lower, higher, however you want to do. Normally, you want to keep your green within about halfway. Once you get any higher, you have a possibility of clipping. It's good to always test it out before you record, because you don't want to start recording then realize you say something louder and you clip. So it's good to do a little test, kind of range your voice a little bit, see how high you can get and still keeping it within a reasonable level. Down here at the bottom, you see your input source. That'll tell you if you want to do stereo, mono 1, mono 2. You can also change your monitor to be on or off. That will allow you to hear yourself as you're speaking. Good little piece of advice. Make sure you have headphones plugged in, otherwise you're probably going to get some weird feedback through your microphone whenever you if you're hearing yourself talk while speaking. You have your recording level here, which you can turn up and down to decide how loud your mic is. There's automatic controls here. But that's pretty much it, and then you're ready to record. You want to make sure whichever track you're going to record on, you have it selected. And then over here you have some different settings that you can kind of actually sort through after you record. For voice, you have kind of two different sections. I think this is more for singing. If you're going to be recording a vocal track and singing, then use that. But podcasting or just basic things, these are probably some pretty good effects. So go up here, you're ready to record. Make sure you got sound recording. You can do a few tests, make sure it's good. But once you're ready to record, instead of just hitting play, like I think when you first start using audio recordings, you kind of think, you want to hit record. All there is to it, you just hit record button. It'll start recording. You can see it pick up here as I'm talking. And then when you're done, you can either hit stop or the record button again. That'll stop it. It'll continue playing, but you're not recording anything. Hit stop. This little arrow that faces to the left with a line, that's going to put you at the very beginning. And then you just hit play, and you kind of hear what you said. It'll start recording, so you can hear it recorded there. But that's really all there is to it. Important thing to do is to make sure you're saving often, because every once in a while, technology can be unreliable and it'll want to not work anymore. And you may lose an entire podcast or audio recording that you did not plan on doing. So, but that's all there really is to it, to record an audio track. So I hope this helped. and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.